Cancel culture is a terrible thing that way too many people support. Should people's careers be ruined based on comments they put on social media or because a group of people dislikes them? No, yet there are a lot of people out there who support cancel culture, and they always will. And a giant case of it that I've talked about for a long time now is the situation between AH and JD. She got his career ruined over allegations, has tried to get the lawsuits against her thrown out multiple times, and in a new interview, he addresses Hollywood and the cancel culture he's faced, and I think it's so important to read this and see his side of the story. But before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month or supporting via memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So, it says JD says cancel culture is so far out of hand and no one is safe, asks people to stand up against injustice. This is true. Cancel culture is extremely out of hand right now and no one is safe. It doesn't matter how big you are, whether you're a director, a producer, or an actor, anyone can come for you at any time. So he went on the record saying that he is a victim of cancel culture and that no one is safe from the movement, calling on people to stand up for people facing injustice. It can be seen as an event in history that lasted for however long it lasted. This cancel culture, this instant rush to judgment based on what essentially amounts to polluted air, he commented ahead of receiving an honorary award at this year's San Sebastian Film Festival. There are a lot of people that do not like JD that are freaking out over him winning this award, and good for him. He is a great actor, at least in my opinion. He has been in so many franchises and made them what they are, have made them so amazing. Yet there are a lot of people who are really upset that he got this award. It says it's so far out of hand now that I can promise you that no one is safe. Not one of you out that door. No one is safe, he continued. It takes one sentence and there's no more ground. The carpet has been pulled, and it's not just me that this has happened to. It's happened to a lot of people. This type of thing has happened to women and men. Sadly, at a certain point, they begin to think it's normal or that it's them when it's not. I've talked about a lot of cancel culture here on the channel. I mean, even look at the Gina Carano situation. She was canceled because she put her opinions on a wide variety of things on social media, and Disney decided to fire her and drop her from The Mandalorian, and they won't work with her anymore. And the same thing has happened with JD. He has been fired from all of his roles. A lot of people in Hollywood will not work with him anymore, and he's an amazing actor. He has done so many great things. He's made so many franchises come to life, yet of course no one wants to work with him anymore. If JD was able to keep his career in Hollywood and AH did too, there'd be so much less backlash against Amber because yeah, she'd claim that he was a terrible person to her, but at least he'd still have his career. But because he's been blacklisted, his fans can't watch him in new movies anymore because no one will work with him, and she got to keep all of her roles in the industry. That's why this backlash is so intense. They both clearly did things in their relationship that were bad and made it a toxic situation, but that doesn't mean people's careers should be ruined over accusations. Scrolling down, it says in what appeared to be a reference to his high-profile libel case with the UK newspaper The Sun, which he lost last year, he said that it doesn't matter if a judgment per se has taken some artistic license. When there's an injustice, whether it's against you or someone you love or someone you believe in, stand up, don't sit down, because they need you. And it's so true. We see so many people canceled on social media, and there's no one to come and defend them. And in some cases, it's very hard to defend specific people, and you don't want to defend them. But in this case, we're talking about two different actors that are making allegations against each other. One's clearly gotten to keep their career in the industry, and the other has been blacklisted. But scrolling down, It says he was fairly low energy during today's press conference, but seemed willing to engage with attending journalists, clapping everyone in the room when he arrived, and didn't appear to have an issue with addressing sensitive topics, which tend to dog the actor at this stage in his career. He is not backing down from questions, he's not staying silent and quiet like Miss Amber is. He's coming out, saying his opinion, saying what he has to say, and moving on. He just wants to continue to be able to do the thing that he loves, which is act. But of course, right after this interview came out, there was a big announcement for Fantastic Beasts, which was a franchise that JD was part of until, of course, he got fired from it. They officially announced the title of it, which it's Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. They also said the film release date has moved up to April 15th, 2022, and there are thousands of people on social media saying that they are going to boycott this film because they fired JD. Lots of people saying things like, 3 years ago this poster came out. We'll never forget what you did, Warner Brothers. Boycott Fantastic Beasts 3. Lots of people saying things like, it seems Warner Brothers is beginning to get nervous by the way they have been removing negative comments from the 3 trailer and pulling negative YouTube reviews on Juan's latest horror. 11 million of us have a voice and we will use it. Hashtag justice for Johnny. Someone said, what's the point of releasing Fantastic Beasts if you aren't casting JD? And I agree. I think a lot of people were initially interested in this movie, but now that they've fired him from the role and they've recast him, I think a lot of people are going to boycott this because they're not going to want to watch it anyway. A lot of people were very excited to see JD continue his role in it, and now that he can't, a lot of us aren't going to go and see it. Someone said since the 3rd Fantastic Beasts is coming out, I had to get my memory back on the basics of the wizarding world, so I decided to rewatch the 1st and 2nd films, and you know what? I just can't imagine if in the 3rd film the role of Grindelwald is not JD, and I agree, while I do really like Mads Mikkelsen and he is replacing JD, this is JD's role and Mads Mikkelsen will not be able to replace him in this film. This post has actually been spreading around social media like wildfire. It says, on April 15th, use your power as consumers to boycott Fantastic Beasts. Warner Brothers needs to know consumers don't support studios that fire a proven victim and survivor of domestic violence while continuing to employ his proven abuser, AH. I mean, a lot of people, at least in my opinion, are going to boycott this. She is on tape admitting that she hurt him, and she's literally said no one's gonna believe you're a victim because you're a man. This is why people will boycott movies with her in them. This is why her name trends on social media, because people are furious. A lot of people are gonna boycott this movie because he's not in it. A lot of people are going to boycott Aquaman 2 because AH is in it, and I think that this is turning out to be a mess of a situation for Warner Brothers. But that's all that I really had to talk about in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way. But I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.